Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Now, there's been a few days now that this whole Michelle Mone thing has been coming up, or Baroness Mone as she calls herself now, has been sort of doing the rounds within the news, all about potential fraud, about the protect PPE stuff and things like that. It's not really a story I've really wanted to touch on. I think it's quite a boring story. I know, yes, there's sleaze and there's misuse and all that, but it's not something I felt was worthy, really, of just chasing down. You have to do the things that are more important or more relevant and things like that. And you can only go so much. You can only do so much. So I never really touched on the subject. But I do feel today I would like to. Not because of the story itself, but because of what I can only describe as an interesting development. And all I can say, I'll tell you here, but I will obviously look in the body, but I'll just preface it by saying she's doing a Matheson. You'll see what that means in a moment. But it is an interesting thing, and we need to look, is this going to be a new trend in politics? And if so, we need to stamp it out right away, because you cannot allow illegality or seediness or sleaze to be excused for any reasons, and certainly not the reason that this suddenly become a new and fashionable reason to break the law. Here goes. Now, before we get into it, I would ask anyone who's not yet subscribed, please do so. We're trying to get to 9,000 before Christmas. I've got exactly 1 week to go. We've got less than 300 to go. So, if you're in a good mood and you're generous and you're thinking, it is Christmas, let's do the right thing. Let's hit that subscribe button. It massively helps the channel because we're political. We get pushed down in the algorithm. So every time you subscribe, it really massively helps the channel more than some more popular subjects like gaming or whatever. But anyway, we'll get back into this. Michelle Mone, Baroness Mone, uses Michael Matheson's protecting the family excuse as Shona Robertson fails to condemn the lie. So everybody's lying. Shona Robertson won't condemn it. She won't say, "Oh, she's done a bad thing. She's done the wrong thing." That she's like, "Well, I can't say she's done good, but I'm not saying it's bad." And then she's using this new excuse that Michael Matheson come up. "Oh yes, I did lie, and I did this, and I did appear to be a sleazy slime ball, but I was doing so to protect the family." This being the family he threw under the bus, of course. So what to expect? But now Michelle Mone is now saying also that she's going to do all these things to protect the family. It's bullshit. We know this. It's to keep her out of jail. That's the whole reason. She's lying, and she's shady, and she's sleazy, and she has stolen money, allegedly, off the public purse by basically fraudulent means, it appears. I have to be careful on how I present these things. Anyway, Baroness Mone took part in a disastrous BBC interview where she blamed lying to the media on protecting her family. "Oh, yes, Your Honour. Yes, I stole all those goods and then I lied about it to protect my family." "Oh, that's okay then," says the judge. "I won't send you to prison. Come off it." Anyway, this was exactly what the Scottish Government Health Secretary said about his £11,000 data roaming bill that he fraudulently claimed as well. Funny, isn't it? All this fraud and lies and deception, but it's all to protect the family. It's a bullshit excuse, and we need to say no. It is not a viable excuse. Sod your family. We don't care about your family. We care about the money that is being stolen from the public purse, allegedly. Under fire, Scots peer Michelle Mone. I think actually she should have that peerage removed. I think anyone who does that is undeserving of the peerage. It's an honour, and it's not something that you should do if you are in any way crooked, or if the optics are that you are crooked. If you are, you must be, whiter than white, as they say. What's it? Cleaner than Caesar's wife? Something like that. Anyway, under fire, Scots peer Michelle Mone has been ridiculed over her disastrous BBC interview. Excuse me, where she attempted to defend her PPE contract with the UK government, and she admitted that her husband, Doug Barrowman, would benefit from tens of millions of pounds due to the deal involving PPE MedPro. Screwing the public for tens of millions of pounds and protecting the family. Jail beckons, I hope. The company was awarded government contracts worth more than £200 million. Did it go out to tender? Did it go out to a contract? Were best practices done? No. Mates rates? Yeah. Someone making a bit of a backhander? Did money, bit of backsheesh, go back to whoever made the decision? We don't know. We probably never will. But it doesn't half stink like a fish, doesn't it? Anyway, this was pushed through to the NHS during the pandemic through a so-called VIP lane. In other words, an illegal, corrupt access to public money. This was to help the government choose between the huge number of supplier officers, but the equipment was never actually used. 200 million, and it's lying in a warehouse unused. Someone did well out of that deal. Former bra tycoon Miss Mone lied to journalists repeatedly about not being involved in the company, but finally admitted she was complicit in the theft from public funds, allegedly. And she used a familiar excuse to explain her actions. She told the BBC that her life had been destroyed by allegations, well, hardly allegations when they're true, about their PPE profits, even though we've only done one thing, which was to lie to the press to say we weren't involved. Lies! The moment you admit that you're a liar about everything. Nothing you say can be believed. So she lies now about everything. Until she can now... You see, having admitted she lies, it's no longer a case of we having to prove that she lies. It's anything she says now. And this is the legal precedent. Because she's been caught in a lie, little lies, big lies, that kind of thing, it means everything she says now, she has to prove. Because we can just say, no, that you are a proven liar. Unless you can prove what you're saying, why should we believe you? So that presumption of innocence, that presumption of truth has gone. Because she's now admitted to being a liar. And that's the great thing. She's now got to go into court, hopefully. And they only have to bring up the lies. And the moment they bring that up, they say, right now, from this moment forward, we cannot have a presumption of honesty from you. She's just made her life incredibly hard. Good. She said it was not a crime and no one deserves this. No, lying to the press, not a crime. But it doesn't half stink, though, because everything else you say now becomes suspect. But also, fraud is a crime. Defrauding the public is a crime. Stealing from the public purse is a crime. Not saying you're necessarily guilty of it, of course, but you could claim innocence, but you're a liar, so we can't necessarily believe you. Anyway, she went on to say that I should have said I'm involved straight away, but I didn't. I didn't want the press intrusion from my family. Piss off. My family have gone through hell with the media over my career and I didn't want another big hoo-ha. I'm sorry, you're a woman who's made a fortune after selling bras to people with big hoo-has. You didn't have to... if you didn't want to involve your family in all this stuff and keep yourself private, why did you take a peerage? Money? Was it the money and the power? Yeah, right. Anyway, this excuse was also used by the Scottish Government Health Secretary Michael Matheson after he was caught trying to claim back £11,000 worth of expenses, which he blamed on his kids, threw them under the bus. He said it was football. Nobody knows. Another liar. We can't believe him. Everything he says is a lie now. And of course he's saying it's football, but no proof offered because he won't hand the iPad over because we know it probably wasn't football, was it, Michael? Eh? Hand shandies, but what were you watching? He publicly denied that anyone else had used his parliamentary device. Puh, lies. Despite knowing that this was not true. You see, they're all full of it. They're all full of lies. But this new thing, I'm not going to go any more on that. It's not the story here. The story here isn't the story. The story here is this the new excuse for lying? I'm protecting my family. No, that cannot be allowed to be a defence. Nobody, if the moment you say I was protecting my family, you say, don't care, you're a liar and you're going to face the consequences for lying. People have got to be aware that honesty is the policy, and if you lie about one thing, you lie about everything. It is a legal precedent. There's a Latin term for it, isn't there? But it's big lie, little lie. If you lie about a little thing, then they can never believe you on the big things. And there you go. So she is now a liar. If ever she goes to court, they only have to say it. They only have to bring that little lie up, and she's done. She's then got to prove, because the burden of proof goes the other way. Having proved in court that she lies, the burden of proof lies the other way. No presumption of honesty. What a stupid woman. But then we're surrounded by stupid people. Never lie. Always tell the truth. Or at least never lie about things that are easily easily sort out, I have got no connection to that company. And then they just went to the company's house and went, you're a director. I forgot. You know, you don't forget about things like that. Full of shite. Anyway, I'm going to come up. Now, Michelle can moan all she likes, but she still had 200 million for no reason whatsoever through her husband's company. That money, I think, should be repaid. He can take all those masks and sell them back to the original manufacturer. I'm sure he can get his money back on that. After all, why else would you buy so many of these things which aren't actually fit for purpose? And I want to know how much it's costing to store them. Surely we could charge her for that, as well as charge her for perhaps defrauding the public, maybe, allegedly. Who knows? Well, no, say you can charge her. Whether she gets it or not, another matter. Yes, she can be charged for it. But, you know, what will happen? Probably very little, which is why I haven't really been following the story. But the protecting the family line? No. Let's not do that. Let's not have that as an excuse. Stop there. Thank you very much. Many more to get on with. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I will speak to you later. Bye.